Hey, Brian, Rick James, thanks for joining. Oh, let me put the comments on the screen. Hold on. Trey Green, thanks for joining tonight. We'll try to get some people in, and then we'll bring Reggie in as usual. Brian, yes, we're live. We're live. I don't know how my volume is on this, but there we go. Okay, all right. Let me see. Will, thanks for joining. GLE, Amber, Easy G, Anthony, Big Boy, Flair Shea, Machiavelli. Okay, so we'll get like 100. We'll wait till there's like 120, 130 people, and then I'll try to get Reggie in. He's got a special guest tonight, as you can see from the title. I don't know who it is, but he's got a special guest. So we'll see. Mr. Goodnight, thanks for joining. Stack, Nate Davis, appreciate you coming in. Pablo, Rick James, I'm not sure, to be honest. Exactly. It's there's a guest, but I don't, otherwise, there's nothing in particular that we're coming on for other than just, to answer questions and chat. And then he's going to bring on a guest. So GLE is here for it. So, okay. Kevin, appreciate that comment. Yeah, we'll start filming again, but we just do the live chats in the meantime. So, Will Lopez, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. The get now. Askabum said the guest is Gene Deal. Just kidding. No, it's not Gene Deal. AGTV, I'm mad at you because you don't subscribe to us for some reason. When I go to subscribers, there's no AGTV anymore. So I'm like, oh, he must have unsubscribed. But then you come on here, so I know you get the alerts. So maybe you are subscribed. I don't know. I can't tell with the YouTube stuff. I actually like the live chat better than the pre-recorded stuff. Brian Blayton. Okay. In the studio AG where you can go to subscribers and it will show you like the 3 people with the most subs that are subscribed to you. When I went the other day, it was showing me these people I never heard of that have really low subscribers. So I was like, oh damn, at least I would have thought AGTV would be in there, but yeah, maybe it's just acting weird. Okay, Big Boy, first time catching a live in a minute. Yeah, we've been trying to do them more frequently while we haven't been doing on-camera stuff, but let's see. No, it's not whack. Easy G, it's not whack. I do know that. Okay, let's see. What's new on? Let's see what's new in the world today. Okay, let's see what's new in the news. Nothing. Suge Knight's been very quiet lately. I haven't seen any interviews or anything. Nate Diaz, I'm sorry, Nate Davis. Not really, to be honest. I didn't dislike him. I just wasn't a huge fan. AG, it's definitely not Mob James. And I don't mean that. I would love for it to be Mob James, but I'm sure it's not. California protests. From what I saw, there's protests all over. I saw that there's protests. Let's see, where are people protesting ICE? I saw like Texas and some other places. Okay, mapped 37 cities where ICE protests have erupted. Let's see what we get. Hopefully it doesn't play this audio. Okay, so there's a bunch. Okay, well, thank you, Reggie. You saved me. I'm dying here by myself. Let's see. Florida, Texas, New Mexico, South Carolina. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of protests.
What you talking about? You blank? You by yourself? What happened?
Oh no, it's just when I'm by myself and they're asking me questions, I run out of things to say. So they talked about California protests, and I said I think there's a bunch now throughout the country. So I was looking up where all they are. Oh yes,
okay.
Chicago is getting bad.
So what y'all think? What y'all think about the governor fighting with the president about taking control over the National Guard? I'm kind of conflict with that. I normally agree with Dusa, uh, but I think what you're going to find out now is the state gonna go crying for FEMA money when the violent protesters, not the civil protesters, but when they tear up everything, then they gonna want the government to step in to pay to fix everything. And so, if you can prevent something, why not prevent it? I don't know, but I understand setting the precedence of you know having the president send the National Guard into states, but I definitely would be protect the buildings, especially federal buildings. Have you ever been inside in a federal courthouse or any federal buildings? They spend money on their buildings, but that's my opinion. What up, DJ AG? How you doing, brother? Hope all's well with you. Yep. So he can't win the battle. Trump been saying this. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think you said Trump, Trump, Trump. Okay, you pay $5, so I'll say his
Canadian.
name 3 times.
You
Hey,
pay
I'll
$5
say it.
Canadian. So
I'll say it. Thank you.
yeah.
But anyway, we didn't come here to pretty much talk politics because I know politics turn off a lot of people. But
Yeah.
trust me, I have no problem with protesting. I just have a problem with when protesting become vandalism
Mm.
and looting and rioting. Yeah. So we're gonna come on today. We had two plans. We got a special guest that's gonna come on today and talk. I saw a post on Facebook. I want to ask him about, and then I'll just let him go and talk wherever he goes with it. It's not nobody that. I'll just say this is a famous actor. It's a famous actor that played in one of the best hood movies in the '90s. So if y'all can't guess who that is, then okay. Well, hopefully, I told him to come on between 7:15 and 7:30, and so he said he's gonna tap in, and so he done interviews with other channels. Shout out to those channels, but over here, we try to take it back to the old school and let the audience ask Q&A. So me and John is gonna try to, if y'all type this, especially the ones that type in super chats, we're gonna ask y'all questions first. But anybody else being, that's saying stuff that makes sense, you ain't gotta kiss ass over here and ask nice questions and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't gonna be disrespectful either. And so we're gonna come over and ask some questions. If depending on how long they go, how well y'all take to them, and how well y'all send questions. And then if that don't go too long, then for those of y'all that want to hang around and don't want to hear that, John picked a hood story video. I don't know which one he did. We're gonna listen to that for about 30 minutes and break it down, and I'll tell you what I believe is true and what I believe is false. So that's the plan for the live stream today. If those of y'all that was on the live stream a couple of days ago, y'all heard we will be going back to the normal format by Sunday, and so but I kind of like the live streams, to be honest. But
somebody said the same in the comments. They said they like the lives better than the pre-taped ones.
Yeah. I purposely like that, but to be honest, that's not the smart way to do it if you're going to do this to try to generate some type of income. The best way to do it is give 8 to 10 minute videos and then drop them every day. as y'all see, the big channels does, like Vlad. Even No Jumper, he does them both, but he breaks them down. And even Arch channel, Cal Capone channel. If you follow them, then you'll see that they tend to generate and do well. My boy Compton Rick Rock channel, Street TV. So if you follow all of their formats, you see that they just throw you a little bit and then make you come back the next day to get a little bit more. Yeah, we tried to do the program with you guys, but that didn't work too well. For those that to say, hey, y'all can go and get the video first by paying for the subscription, but people wasn't feeling that, so I get it, I respect it, and so that's why we don't drop the full versions. Oh, yeah. Any of your content is good to me. Respect for you saying that.
Yeah.
Easy G. Respect. What you think about R. Kelly saying the police? Woo. Did he say the police? I heard it was the Aryan Nation, or the Aryan Brothers, which is sometimes the police. But especially in, depending on what part of the state or the country you're in. But I always thought it was the Aryan Brothers, not so much the police. But hey, man, it's just a legal maneuver, possibly. So I don't know. I haven't researched it enough, Mr. Goodnight, to know if it's true or not. I hope it's not true. But isn't the timing kind of ironic? Right after he saw they go down to Tory Lane, then he want to try to make that claim. Hey, I don't know. But hey, R. Kelly probably have learned his lesson. And how long has he been in? Has he been in 8 to 10 years yet? If so, maybe he needs to get another chance. I don't know. Because a lot of those females and their parents, I think, well, I ain't gonna say my opinion. Okay. Yeah. I say protesters mad BLM stayed home. Well, y'all don't want my opinion on that. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's gonna say that the Mexicans supports the black a lot. I don't believe that. No disrespect to the Mexicans, because a lot of my closest friends are Mexicans, especially people that help me out and with my recovery and trying to give it back well. But the Mexican people do stay silent on a lot of the black issues. How many Mexicans was out there when that shit happened to George Floyd? So, but we're not gonna talk about that over here. I'll leave it alone. The Kid Sean. Reggie, do you think the Above the Rim soundtrack is the best motion picture soundtrack made? Respect to you and John. Oh man, ooh. It was a lot of songs in the movie. So you talking about the soundtrack that came on the disc or within the movie? Because they used to make some good try to listen to the one with Coolio on now. The Gates of Paradise. What movie was that from? Was it Higher Learning?
No.
Try to listen. But Higher Learning had a big one. They had a big soundtrack. Higher Learning had a good soundtrack. Set It Off had a good soundtrack. Friday had a real good soundtrack. If we just talk about CDs.
Dangerous Minds is the movie you were talking about. Sorry, I was just saying Dangerous Minds was the movie you were talking about with Coolio.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. But you might have a good point. It's definitely top 3.
I put Gridlock, or not Gridlock, Gang Related up there.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't think Gang Related is a good one?
No.
Damn.
I could believe I could fly. You don't remember that with R. Kelly? I believe I could touch the sky. Especially if we just talking about singles. What was that? Oh, Space Jam. Yeah, Space Jam. A Boomerang. It was some good soundtracks, but it's all about what you like. As far as the music, the kid. Uh, Above the Rim was good. Above the Rim was good. It was one of the first ones. Um, I guess I was more of an R&B. I like the R&B stuff. Okay. Yeah, Dangerous Minds is a movie. We were just talking about the soundtrack, the songs on window. Yeah. Uh, okay, game related. Okay. I love you, Death Row people. Oh, Waiting to Excel. My boy Johnny Coop. He got it. That was a good one. With Mary J. Blige and Whitney and oh yeah, that was a good one. Waiting to Excel soundtrack. Now, that was a female soundtrack. But it still was good. Yeah. But Above the Rim bumped. Yeah. Let's say
All right. Somebody sent a super chat right here, said Newsom is like, oh, sorry. Were you still going on the soundtracks? I'm so sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, he just said Newsom is like Diddy and most of the liberals. That's why they hate Trump.
Well, Trump was very controversial. And he purposely tried to be that way. Trump, purposely be that way. I understand if you have a president that can, have national guards and all of that, take over the whole states, and then you don't even have to have the governors and stuff. And so then what you'll have is a civil war, a red and a blue states going against each other again. And we definitely don't need this in the United States. Israel over there attacking Iran like crazy right now as we speak. And so, do we want that? Do we want that? 'Cause they are that close to each other, like we are in the States. Is my point. And man, rest in peace to the survivors. Well, the one survivor, but mainly to the families of the people that died today in that tragic airlines in India. It was done by a Boeing plane, which is generally made over here in the United States. I hope it hit a seagull or something like that, and it don't turn out there's something wrong with those Boeings for it to drop out of the sky like that. I hope it hit something, in the air to make the engine shut down the way it did. But I guess I don't want to be a conspiracy person, and so I'll just let the investigation play its part and see what comes out. But yeah, yeah, New Jack City did have a good soundtrack. Going back to that, let's see, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know my feeling. I just know that if we let things get out of hand, it will get out of hand. Hey, Reggie, what's your thoughts on Dad's upcoming album, Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back 2? I wish him the success. I'll never hate on anybody getting their money. I wish Dad success. I really hope he wins. Y'all like it. I don't know how you make money these days with songs if you ain't going tour. Like my boy from Gang, Chef Boy. Y'all hear me tell y'all gonna remember y'all heard it first over here. Reggie Wright talking about Chef Boy. Y'all watch how y'all be talking about that song by the end of the summer next year. Matter of fact, I saw him flipping burgers and Marathon Burgers. So I show you that he's moving up. Him and his manager. Shout out to both of them, both some young dudes that's making it happen. Big twin. Yep, shout out. Oh boy. Hey John, take over for a minute.
Go ahead.
I'll take this phone call.
Okay. Somebody put New Jersey Drive. That was like I always liked that soundtrack growing up. New Jersey Drive soundtrack. That was going. There was a song too that I really liked on the Sprung soundtrack. I think the soundtrack overall was not good, if I remember correctly, but there's one song by the Fugees on there that I used to play the shit out of. John thinks Young Noble's the GOAT low key. No, that's not true. That's no disrespect to Young Noble. No, I always liked Fatal. Fatal was always my favorite of the Outlaws. Like, you know, back in at the time of that stuff. Right. The show soundtrack was good. That was good. All right, just let's see, John. We want Mount Rushmore. What's that? 4 people? Top 4? Let's see. Tupac. People aren't gonna like my top 4. Tupac, E40. I hate to put Snoop on there because he has so much more garbage than he does good music, but the good music that he has is really good. And then the 4th one. What would my 4th one be? Let me look at my Spotify. Hold on. Who with the no, not Joe Rule. Not Joe Rule. Not that he's bad, but no, he would not be in top 4. Let's see. If it was music, it'd be different. But if we're talking just rap, I would have to say Nas. I'd have to say Nas. I have to go with Nas. Did you hear the Big Pimpin' album? Why didn't it come out? Seems like it would have been. I don't think it ever happened. Okay, you back, Reggie?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What you was giving the five top albums or West Coast?
No, just
Sound like you were talking about
artists, just top artists.
Oh, you so West Coast. You so West Coast. It ain't funny.
I put Nas on there.
Oh,
I'm not putting DMX on there. Yeah, 2 albums that you love, but
DMX is the best rapper that ever came out of the East Coast in our era, from '95 on.
Yeah, maybe.
Biggie had great albums. I mean, you can't hate on Biggie.
Yeah.
Biggie had great albums. I know what you're saying. They like Bo Jackson. They didn't have enough of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Somebody said gang gang aspire. I'm near 50 and we're gang banging in my head. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the song, I'm not promoting gang banging at all. I just like the hook, the song. They made a dance. I love it. Be watching out, John, because Tyrin he just texted me, trying to get on, trying to figure out the stream stuff.
Okay. You send him the link though?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he never did streaming, it might be a little hard. I don't know if he ever did StreamYard.
Gotcha. Okay. Somebody said, Reggie, why do you think Jewel never had a solo project? She had a great, powerful voice and great vocals.
They were working on it. As I said on the video before, Tupac put a lot of people aside. Quick, and a guy named Meech Ship, the guy that son played Tupac in the bio doc that they did for LT Hutton did. Ship, the dude Ship. I can't think of his first name. Demetrius, I think he's a junior. I'm not sure, but anyway, his dad, the guy that did Toss It Up, they were working on her daily, but she was fighting with the weight stuff and Suge, and Jewel problem was she were too close to everybody, and so she would get caught up in the drama a little bit more. She was more like a homie than, how you want females acting. So her and Suge would bump heads here and there. And so that's all that was. But she was slated. I don't know, John, because how many songs did you see of Jewel? Did y'all ever do anything with her?
Yeah, they did. Wide Awake put out an album that
they did. Okay.
Yeah, give them a track list to do, but she had a lot. I just it looked like a lot of them were remakes. like woman to woman. So
Well. That was Suge. You
yeah,
go through Danny Boy. Danny Boy.
here's Tyron home.
Okay, cool.
All right, he's on.
Yo,
Tyron,
yeah, y'all
Tyron,
hear
what up,
me?
brother?
What's up? What's up, man? What's up, Reg?
Oh man, appreciate you coming on. I text you, and I know I had talked to you because I wanted this to be authentic. Where we just talking and shoot the shit with each other without, it seemed like it's come off pre-recorded. But John,
Right.
I got a post I want you to read that Mutal put up.
Okay.
If you can put it up to show people, and I want to throw something at you and get a response from you, T.
Okay.
All right. If you could just talk what John, my partner John is my host, is the guy that's on there with us. He you know, he gonna interject with us a lot. But what was I gonna say? But Tyron, if you could just explain to people who you are, and for those that don't know you, everybody know you because you're over there on that big channel, doing big things over there with Art Channel. So shout out to what you're doing over there. But
Right.
I saw something that my boy Mutal put up
Right.
on Napoleon, and I said, you know what? Let me call Tyron and hit him up with this and see what he think about this because I used to give you a lot of head in the past. Said this nigga be lying, telling all these fight stories, and he lying. And and I said, he got to be lying. Who had that many fights? And then I saw this from my boy Moo. And John, if you can read it right quick so people can
Sure.
hear it.
Yeah, it says, keeping it 100, the homie Tyron Turner was the better man that day. I've never claimed to win every fight, but one thing I've always stood on, I never ducked a fade. That's something the young ones should take note of. Instead of grabbing guns, fight like men, preserve your freedom, and live to fight another day. Even though on this day I was strapped, I was called out, I chose to handle it like a man, no weapons, just hands. That kind of respect goes a long way. We fought, and our respect for each other grew even stronger after that.
Okay, so what you got to say about that? So I have to apologize for when you said that I'll be like, okay, I guess he is telling the truth on a lot of these situations. What you have to say?
First of all, I feel like that was very honorable of Muta by just keeping it 100. Um, Second of all, like I don't condone like being tough and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
know I know it's coming off like that, and
yeah.
it's uh just me defending myself. You know what I mean? Like I looked up and I seen Suge Knight had said a gang of stuff about me, so I just had to. I'm gonna defend myself, man. So it's not about me trying to be tough. It's just about me just defending myself, and I just have some stories. I've lived a long time, so I'm sure everybody have
And you
stories
was one
about
of the
somebody
hottest
incident.
actors out in the '90s after my show, one of my favorite hood shows, still Colors and Menace to Society.
Right, right. So it's just about defending myself, and it's about people that know me can vouch for it. I know people be like, "Oh man, he always this and he always that." I'm just telling some of the fight stories. You know what I mean? Like that's all. It's like, but I'm not no bully. I'm not nothing of any of that. You know what I'm saying? I just defend myself. And Suge was trying to be a bully, and I just defended myself. Like, hold on, like it's not about because a lot of people saying Suge is big and Suge is that. I, like, look, it doesn't matter like how big a person is. I didn't every nigga. If that's the case, every nigga gonna be bigger than me. I'm
Yeah,
never gonna fight nobody my size. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, your arms don't look like I ain't gay or nothing, but you look like you be working out and taking care of your arms and shit. So yeah, that's where it comes from. That's where the power comes from. The arms, right?
Yeah, and just your core and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah,
but to be
yeah,
to be respectful to Suge, man. Like, Suge is battling diabetes and all kind of stuff, man. I would be to try to fight him at this whatever that is right that he's going through right now. It wouldn't even be fair. I would always would have wanted him when he was at his highest, when his beard was his beard and his good and his cigars were at his strength. He had one of the strongest cigars. He had one of the strongest beards that we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross has took in that reign, but
yeah,
I would have loved to see him at his best, man. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and Suge was he's supposed to be like a godfather or something, like a our hero on the West Coast, man. Like we didn't want nothing. We looked up to that situation. He represented the West Coast like that strong image of like of gangsterism. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a situation to where I want to look down on the guy, but he just started like being very disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, right now I kind of got a truce where I'm not gonna say anything bad about him, so I'm not gonna comment. I'm just let people talk, and I'm not gonna interject and say anything until he said elects to say something about me. So shout out. And like I said, we ain't gonna just come on and talk bad about Suge or tell it because
Yeah,
you've been doing what you got to do. You supposed to respond. For anybody to get upset that you responding and defending yourselves, oh well, y'all just don't know us dudes in L.A. Is all I say.
right.
'Cause we
And
ain't
Reggie,
gonna-
everybody keeps saying, "Well, nobody was talking about Suge when he was free." Well, this is the thing. Suge wasn't on podcast talking shit about either people either. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So
Good point.
so this is just new. Like nigga, you not finna just disrespect me and me not respond to it. When he disrespected me when I seen him at the club and he ran up on me with all his guys, yeah, it was a vulnerable situation. I didn't feel right. I felt weird that I couldn't defend myself. And when I got a chance to address that situation, I addressed it when he was free. I didn't address it when he was in jail. He was free when we had that situation. And Reggie, we had a situation when he was free, not when he was in jail.
Correct. 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 And 2 times. This so we can put time limits or timetables on the 2 incidents that you talked about because I once corrected you and went at you
Right.
about it. Uh, it was one incident that happened, as I remember, in like uh, maybe 93, 94, and then it was an incident that apparently happened later with you and Jay Prince, and I was going by then, and it probably was like 2002, 2003. But as I remember it, you make us say, if you have something
I
different.
think I think I think I think it's a combination of him being irritated between 93 and 94, what you're saying, along
Yeah.
with the Jay Prince situation, because the Jay Prince situation happened because of the incident in 93 and 94. See, the incident me and Suge
Oh,
had in
okay.
93. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
incident me and Suge had in 93 and 94, uh, that was before he went to jail, before Pac had
Came
died.
to death row. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Pac had just died.
Okay.
And Suge was on the phone. He was just like, I'm going through all this shit. Pac just died. Well, he was just
Oh, okay. I didn't know
he
that.
yeah, he was talking rambling at the time, you know what I mean? And then when he got released from jail after Pac died, that's when we had the encounter.
Correct. Okay. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
that was the encounter with he never forgot our situation in 93 and 94 whenever it happened when we had the problem.
Gotcha. 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 Okay. Well, we're gonna leave that there, and we're gonna just take some Q&As right quick. And I know not gonna be too long with you. I know you're a busy man, and we want to take some questions. Anybody got some questions they want to ask Tyra? John, if you see any questions that you think is good to ask, please join in, or if you have any you like to ask me, because I mainly want to do Q&A with Tyron. I think
Mm.
this brother is knowledgeable. He's been around. Like I told y'all, when I say New Jack City, Colors, Minister Society, those are my pictures from the 90s, especially when they're talking about that street culture and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of a fan a little bit of his work as Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Reggie
So
settled out. Me and Red settled our difference, man. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can talk things out and get right back on the straight and narrow and on the right path, man. So I appreciate you, Reggie, for us even having this moment to where that we're back in good standings. You know what I mean? Like that's just
it,
real shit.
respect. Thank you. Okay. Man, let's see. Okay. Tyron. Okay. So my boy Brian Blayton want to ask you. He said, Tyron, got any upcoming projects? You want to know if you got anything? I know you produce with a show. I think it's Alert, right? With Jamie
Yes,
Foxx. Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that. Alert. I just finished a play, Jason Lyric play that I just came off tour with, and I got two or three more projects that I got in the works that will be coming out soon. I just gotta meeting with some networks, and we're just trying to figure out what stations and what networks are gonna pick them up. But I've been behind the scenes trying to build something behind the scenes, and then I'm gonna also come back in front of the scene. But I have to build it from the back. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Perry,
Okay,
um, Marlon Wayans, like people that are just kind of like creating their own narrative.
gotcha. Hey, so how much of that line with Rico? I'm dropping dime on those fools. I don't like that shit. You eating your banana. How much of that you came with on your own, or how much was that written? I always wonder because that's one of my
well,
favorite scenes in Belly.
Well, you could tell that that was ad lib. That was just something
Correct.
that
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
you can't write stuff like that. No one
Exactly.
writes a script and it says, "I don't like that." It doesn't work like that. It was a
Yeah.
scenario, and I just played it how I seen it from just seeing some niggas pulling up that I didn't like. You know, you just be like, I was like, how could I be the worst hater ever? These niggas coming around here, I don't, man, I don't like it. I don't like this shit. I need to dominate this street. Why these niggas over here getting money?
Got you. Got you. Yeah. Old Belly. Niggas don't know that's how people do it in real life.
Right,
That's how you get rid of the ops. They
right,
don't know
right.
it. Yeah. Okay. So somebody want to ask, how was the audition process for 4 Minutes of Society and Belly? You remember the process? How you got those two jobs? I think I heard you talk about
Yeah,
Minutes of Society before.
yeah.
Uh,
Belly was offered to me because I was originally supposed to be DMX character, rest in peace, in Belly. That was originally
Oh,
offered.
really? Okay. I didn't
Yes,
know that.
yeah,
Okay.
that was originally offered to me, but they went a different direction after DMX. They felt like it was
He was bigger
a
at the
West,
time.
yeah, and it
Well,
was an East Coast
East
movie. They
Coast.
just felt like
That's good. Yeah.
they
Yes.
felt like it would work better in doing it that way. Menace was like that was like basically they wanted me from the jump because they seen some things. I did a few American Most Wanted. I did Rhythm Nation with Janet Jackson. So they seen a lot of different things. They seen me play tough. They seen me be vulnerable when I played Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson, and they said with those different dynamics, we see this as our character because they just didn't want no guy that could be tough. They need somebody that could cry. They need somebody that can show emotion. They need somebody that can be charismatic. They need somebody also tough at the same time. And I fit the description for all those things by my past work. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Now, I'm keep it real. I liked your character in Minutes, but you know who sold the show, right?
I'm
Lorenz
listening.
Tate with Old Dog. Old Dog stole the show.
He did a
Old
great
Dog,
job.
what'd you say? Huh?
He did a great
Lorenz Tate?
job. He did
Yeah,
a
he
great
did a
job.
great job. Who do you think? Because this is a more of a Tupac channel, and so, but I respect whatever your answer is. Because Lorenz Tate stole it from that. I mean, I watch. I could tell you all his shows from when he played as Frankie. Uh, the singer
Right,
Frankie, and I
Frankie
loved
Lyman.
him in Frankie Lyons. When he played the Dead Presidents, and when he,
Hmm.
what he doing in Power.
Right.
But who do you think would have been a better Old Dog, Tupac or uh or Lorenz Tate? Do you think Pac could have put it off as good as Old Dog as Lorenz did?
Never.
You don't think
Never.
Pac could have did it, huh?
Not at all.
Okay, all right. They about
Not
to.
even close. Not even close.
He played a part. He made a part. And Lorenz is an actor, though. I'm not saying Pac wasn't, but I remember I watched him in a show. He played on a TV show, and he was like a brother, and he was kind of soft on that show. Then he
The
did the
Royal Family
Frankie,
Show. Yeah.
yeah. Then he did the Frankie Lyons, and then he did what other show he did? The show when he had the braids in his hair.
South
Well,
Central.
anyway, but he did a lot of shows where he showed he was a different type of actor.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But Tupac did pull off Bishop well though, so who knows? Yeah,
Yeah. Tupac did a great job as Bishop.
yeah.
Old Dog is a different. That's a different character from Bishop. Two different characters.
Gotcha, gotcha. Elaborate on that. What you mean by that?
Cause Old Dog was also likable. You know what I'm saying? he was a likable. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
wanted to
funny.
do.
Yeah,
You
when you
want,
go back to that scene in the when you go back with that scene in the alley when he like what? What? when
right?
he
Yeah,
when he shot the prostitute or whatever.
yeah.
Like what the fuck? Yeah,
So
okay, I got
so
you.
whenever your character is likable, but also you understand that like he'll kill you too. It was just the dynamic of his boyish, um, charismatic of like a kid. It was just like you needed that. Tupac was would have did a different performance because Tupac is more uh to me more an aggressive kind of would have been more an aggressive kind of old dog, whereas old dog still you know uh act normal, like because
Yeah, he went
a
both
lot of
ways. Yeah,
a lot of killers are funny. They not just they don't scare you.
yeah, they don't wake up just wanting to go kill somebody. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
don't you can't see a killer and say, oh shit, he a killer.
yeah. And that's how your story of Minister Society starts off. Saying we go in just to buy a fucking beer and come out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yep,
know, wanted for murder or
yep,
committing a murder. Yeah.
yep.
Okay, here's a question somebody want to ask. Our boy, the kid, Sean, want to ask you. Tyron, what was your favorite, all right, I don't know what he meant. I think he had your favorite moment during the Minister Society, being around 21 years old with all them great actors and being so young.
What was my greatest moment? He said.
Yeah, or probably funny. There's something on the scene, behind the scene. They love behind the scenes stuff over here, something never been told that happened on the set or something.
What can I? Jesus Christ! It wasn't really like it's nothing that's really standing out to me right now. What it was just I guess just working with Samuel Jackson and Charles Dutton, just those veteran actors. It was just
I don't
it was
remember. What was
brainstorm.
Samuel Jackson? Remind me, what was Samuel Jackson in that show?
He played my father in the beginning when he killed the dude at the
Sure did. Sure did. Him and AJ Johnson. Yes.
yeah. Rest in peace,
Yes.
AJ. Yep.
Yeah, that was my boy, AJ. He was from Compton. He was a Compton boy. Papa Block
Yep.
Crip. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That was my boy, AJ.
Yeah, he knew
Okay.
Suge too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was a little easy and Suge for sure.
Yep. Yep.
Suge
Yep.
and Patty play a little easy.
Yep.
Yeah. If for those of you I don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the guy that played in Fridays. Y'all definitely remember him from Friday as
Ezel played Ezel. Yep.
yeah, he's okay. We said, well, okay, he paid a super chat, so I gotta answer it, but I won't answer it for you. What was you and Suge's beef that had him upset too long? He kind of talked about this at the beginning. It mainly boiled down to a female. We'll just say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was it was dealing with a female and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it,
We ain't
it's
got to belittle. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh I want to ask you this question. Because I always had a problem with this movie that I heard that they were going was writing for Tupac. And I want to see, with your experience, this is another guy that sold the show, Gooding's brother, Cuba Gooding's brother, Omar. I
And
think his
Baby
name was
Boy,
Omar.
yeah, Omar Gooding.
Okay. So in Baby Boy, who do you think pulled that off? You think Tyrese would have pulled that off better than Pac or what?
No, I
You
think
think
that I think Tyrese did a good job, but I think Pac would have did. I I think Pac could have did a good
do you
job as well.
think Pac could have got beat up in front of the store like that, the liquor store by those little youngsters, and
hell, that would have had to rewrite that.
they would have to rewrite that part exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because that wasn't
There was
even
little parts
realistic to
like
me.
that I was like, I don't think Pac
That
could have
that's
did
that's
that.
what yeah, that's what kind of like that ain't LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
That I don't know what John Singer was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking about
Yeah,
that.
okay. Yeah, I ain't trying to mess up in no business, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, John gone now, so he can't help us. Uh, but
Rest
that,
in peace.
but that part, and there's another scene, not with the daddy, with the choking and all of that. When he started hollering, "Mama, Mama,"
Right.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I,
that would have
I don't
been
think,
yeah, that the Pac would have had a problem with with all that. I think you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
And I think with when I look at Baby Boy, I feel like John Singleton was trying to. It seemed like Tyrese was trying to be Kane and Omar was trying to be Old Dog. It seemed like it was that.
Okay, yeah. I can
That's what
see
it
that
kind of.
now.
That's what it kind of seemed like he was trying to do, but
Uh-huh.
which it was cool. It was a different story, but like Tyrese getting beat up by the little kid at the store, like I didn't understand or like that scene particularly.
Yeah,
I did.
gotcha. So my boy's the supervisor, a great supporter of our channel. Shout out to supervisor. Uh, he wanted to ask a question: does Tyrin have any clothes left over from the Menace Society set?
No, I don't have none of that stuff.
He wasn't smart enough. See, that's what they don't know about us with pictures and stuff like that in the '90s. We wasn't smart enough to do all of that. Be walking around like now.
Yeah, we didn't
We
even.
would have
Yeah,
so many pictures with everybody on that set. You would have had a picture with Samuel L. Jackson,
right.
with with who else? Uh, the guy that played the detective. I can't think of his name right now. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. How you and Lorenz Tate relationship is currently? Is he still down to earth or is he kind of bougie?
No, that's
Yeah,
one of
that's
my
still your
brothers.
boy. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, that's
okay.
my
I
guy.
didn't. I'm a big fan of Lorenz Tate, so
Yeah, we was just in
that's why I was just
Chicago
wondering.
like a cut. It was just in Chicago like chilling like a few months ago. Yeah, that's my guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Uh, all right, John. Okay, there's one. Men in Society was my favorite movie since elementary school when it came out. Which rapper that you worked with were the best actors?
Rappers that I work with.
Well, you gotta say, well, MC8 was one. uh,
MCA was good.
okay.
Uh,
When Kumo,
Too
not,
short.
oh,
It
yeah,
was
too short.
too short. Too
What
short.
was Too
I
Short
work
at?
with. Huh?
Where you work with Too Short at?
He was in Menace.
Too Short?
Yeah, and he was doing in the beginning with the when we was pointing the guns at the on the couch.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. Any of
Yeah.
y'all catch that? Any of y'all catch
Hmm.
that, or did y'all just learn something? I'm sure they know it. I just didn't catch that one. Okay. But you work with rappers in other movies, didn't you?
I work with Lil Boosie. I don't really recall the performances like that. You know what I mean? For with all the rappers, I know that um MC8 was probably the rapper that stood out.
Okay. He did it. He played a good role in that. You
Yeah.
know, that's one of my top 15 songs. Straight Up Menace.
Yeah, that song right there. That's a
Yeah.
cold song right
Yeah,
there.
that song is he's probably still eat off that song.
Yeah, you have to. That shit
Yeah.
we've never heard something describe what you actually go through. Like that shit described it to the T, didn't it, Reg?
Yeah, I love that song. Straight Up Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never played in a part with Snoop, right? Yeah. Uh, Bill
Mm,
Duke. Yeah, somebody tell me Bill Duke is the name I was trying to think of.
oh yeah, Bill Duke was dope. Me and Snoop got something that we did that hasn't came out yet with me, him, and
Oh,
Jamie
okay.
Foxx, but it hasn't came out yet. So
Gotcha. Will you ask Tyron, does he have any stories about Michael Jordan during that MJ playground period?
oh nah, we just filmed it. It was cool. He was very competitive. He's just a very competitive people. I brought some people from Manual Arts High School, some basketball players
Okay.
to be in the background and kind of, you know, play with Jordan as well. They was all appreciative. It was fun, but that was about it. Just brought some people, some of the homies up there to play along in the short film.
Gotcha. Okay, I got a two-part question for you. My boy EZG, who's really a big fan, he said he'd like to love your movie, Minister Society. But he want to ask you, what's your favorite Death Row track? And then I'm going to add, because we more Tupac related over here, what's your favorite Tupac track?
Damn. Okay. There's two. So wasn't Tupac on Death Row though?
Yeah. You know, I just don't want to. I don't want to make you have to say Tupac song. This, you know, you can say a
No.
Snoop song or something like that.
My favorite songs from
And if your favorite song is a Tupac song, you can just leave it there.
no, that's two of them. My favorite song from Death Row, number one is G Thing,
Okay.
and Tupac song, uh the song So Many Tears.
So
But that
many
ain't,
tears.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Those are my
Okay, that was
favorite.
a pre-death row song, but yeah, okay.
Uh
Mine. They asked me to ask the question too. It ain't no fun if the homie would be
oh
my
shit.
favorite. Uh, and then my favorite Tupac song would be well, off of Machiavelli. I don't do two. White Man's World. I always say all that, but I love a bishop of a writer now. There's something about this too right now, and I love bumping right now today. But back in the day, it would have been two of America's most wanted. I always say the song wrong, John. How was it? Ain't nothing but a gangster party.
You
Good
like
What's
man,
the
that
freak
song?
Snoop
name of
on
that?
it.
That
Yeah.
you really like that one with Snoop and Tupac?
Yeah, I love that song. I love
That
it.
shit go though.
I love the way they put it together.
Yeah, it was put together incredible.
Yeah, I think the arrangement of it, and then how they did the video and all of that to that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. How do you want it was hot? You bump that in a club, boy. That motherfucker bang in a club.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
yeah.
Tyrin. Speaking of that, I want to get you to tell a story. I got a story I'm gonna pull out you because I know you was there.
Okay.
Okay, we went and saw a so y'all don't know Tyron hangs out a lot with Dalvin from Jodeci. And we went and we went to Redondo Beach
Yep, I was there.
and uh and Roger Troutman. It was really we were there for Roger Troutman. Well, who knows? Because Suge was tight with Jodeci too. I don't know if it was Casey and JoJo or if it was a Jodeci performer, but I definitely remember Roger Troutman from Zap was performing there. It was in Redondo Beach.
Right.
It was some shit that went down in the parking lot afterwards. Can you tell that story?
From what I remember,
Okay.
we were at Redondo Beach. We were outside, and people, I think I want to say some Spanish, you know what I'm saying? People,
Yeah.
they was parked in where they weren't supposed to go, whatever the case may be. Suge wanted them to leave, like, nigga, move your car. If this, am I accurate right now? What you
You're right. He wanted them to move the car because I remember he tried to take the keys or something.
yeah,
But go
he
ahead.
wanted to move
I'll
the
let you tell
car.
the story.
He
Yeah.
wanted to move the car, and then the Suge was trying to take the dude keys, and the dude was like, "You not wasn't trying to get Suge those keys. He wasn't trying to get the
Yeah.
nigga keys." Another nigga was told was out, outside. Tupac was outside, and niggas one of the dudes said, "Fuck Tupac or fuck Pac or something," and so
Yeah.
Pac chased him in the alley.
Chasing
You
down the
know,
alley.
you see, I remember everything. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't have to
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pac chased the dude down the alley. So I ran. I was like, Pac, what do you do? Like, cause I thought that it was dangerous to chase somebody you don't know what he had in his pocket. Like,
Yeah.
just don't.
Correct.
I thought it was dangerous. Like, nigga, you just can't be
Yeah.
chasing nobody when you don't know what he got on him. I was just trying to be like, man, don't do that. And
Yeah.
so, and then the should security or whatever happened, they put out some weapons on the niggas like
Yeah.
you gonna move this motherfucking car kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the Mexican guy bowed down and was like he bowed out.
Exactly. I just had to tell that story because I remember him being at the club that night and you know, not to try to make Pac or Suge look bad, just mainly just to tell the story because that was somewhere where we both was at
But it's a factual story, right?
yeah, it's correct, correct.
Okay.
You know they'll get mad because I try to show them how Pac was a hothead, a firecracker, but I try to do it in a tasteful way because I just try to tell everybody Pac was just down with who he's with. You
Yeah.
know, he was just, yeah,
Right. Yeah, that
yeah,
actually happened. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
actually
yeah,
happened. And Suge was with a gang of people that day again. Like it, and this is no disrespect to Suge. It's not. But the help came and made sure that that guy left. Correct?
that's for their job. I'll just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They
Okay.
did they did their job. It
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah, they did their job.
Yeah, that was their job. Yeah. Okay, okay. All right, here's a question. I feel like Tyron just played himself in minutes because he literally talks and act the same as Kane. Okay. Somebody named Lasane Watson said that.
Right. Okay.
LaShawn Watson. What you think about that? How would you take that? Do you see
I,
a lot of yourself in Kane?
let me see. Only thing I see myself with Kane is fighting. That's about it.
I think
Other
that's
than
what they mean. I think
yeah,
that's what they mean.
other than that, no. I never drank in my life. I never smoked in my life. I never gang banged in my life. So, um, never no. So me and Kane are two similar people. So I hear what you're
Gotcha.
trying
That's
to
a good
say
point. Yeah.
because a lot of people feel like, oh, he stuttered. Da, 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 da. That's just a that's. I don't stutter in real life, nigga. I
Yeah.
just
Well, they say
when
you're
I'm
lying. That's what they say when you
yeah,
start
they think
stuttering. That's what they say
they
you're
think I'm
lying.
lying. They
They
think
don't
I'm
know
lying when I
that. That's
stutter.
how
Yeah,
people get excited. You get excited when you start stuttering because you be so
and
mad.
and
Yeah.
the reason why I think I stuttered because we in a era where
Try to watch what you say. Or hello, they would lose you. Look and see if you hit the mute button, Tar. Okay.
No, he's not muted.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Tar, Taryn, if you're talking, we can't hear you, though. Uh,
We'll give him a minute, see if he comes back or pops back
okay. Yeah.
in.
Yes, but you can see his phone. You can see everything.
Yeah, I can see that he's on. Should I remove him and then let him come back in?
Uh,
You know what?
yeah,
Maybe
he
I'll let
might not know. He might be talking.
he dropped out. Okay.
Okay, he
You know
dropped off.
how when you go to another app, it just
Oh, he might have did that.
he got
Yeah.
stuck somewhere.
Somebody might try to call him. He
All right,
should come back.
here he is.
here.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had lost you for a minute. It's all good.
Yeah. What did y'all lose me at?
You was telling us about I forgot what he was telling us.
Well, I
Something
know
about
that someone said they seem like it's my character, and I was basically
oh
saying
yeah. Yeah, we heard
not
that. Yeah.
yeah, not even close. I said, you just try not to say the wrong words because people will
That's where we
cancel you,
left. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
all it is. But yeah, as far as
Okay.
that, nah, never drank, never smoked, did none of
Yeah.
that. Only thing similar with me and Kane is the fighting aspect of it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay. Yeah. How was Jada in that movie?
She was good. She was beautiful, and she was good, and she was fresh, and she was talented.
Yeah.
She was we had great chemistry. She was a joy to work with.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I didn't
Uh
stutter, did I?
that made you nervous. I must have made you nervous talking about Jada. Well, you don't want to get slapped by Will. Okay, so
Will's a
T.
cool guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I got somebody. T want to ask you, Taryn, how disgruntled was Pac, if he was, during the table readings before he was fired from Menace? Was he fired on the scene, or did he learn about it? No, he said he learned about it on a plane, right? I think I saw an interview with Pac said he
I
learned
don't
that he got fired on a plane or something.
I don't know where he learned where he got fired at. All I know is that when we was in the table reading, him and the director called each other bitches, and then next thing I
Ooh,
know, yeah, they
yeah.
that happened. They was like Alan was like, nigga, why you acting like a bitch? And
Okay.
then told Pac, why you acting like a bitch? And then they went outside and talked, and I never seen Pac again after that. But
Were you there? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was there.
No, no, not on that incident. I'm going to ask you about the incident when they got into a fight at the video shoot.
I was at the top of the hill. The fight was at the bottom of the hill.
Gotcha.
So nobody knew what was going on. It was at the bottom of the hill. We were filming Triggers Got No Heart at the top of the hill. And the
Okay.
fight was at the bottom of the hill. So all of a sudden, we were just like, it was like some commotion and shit. We was like, what the hell going on? So as we're going down the hill, that's when the fighting is happening. And so by the time we got down there, they're leaving the fight. It's over. It's like Pac and his homeboys is like jumping in the cars and they're leaving already.
Okay. Oh, so my boy Glee Loto want to ask you: is there any movies out there that we know of that you turned down that you regrets that you turned down a part in?
No. It was just a few, it was a few things that I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? They wanted me to do Tu Wong Fu with the one that Wesley Snipes did. I wasn't doing that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So when they had dressed up like a woman?
yeah,
Yeah. Shit, nigga, that's why you ain't an A-list actor now.
man. I don't know. A-list
You know you
is.
gotta put a dress on.
I don't.
Everybody did. Everybody did.
Man.
Oh, hey, everybody but Denzel. You and Denzel, the only two ain't put a dress on. But I got you. I'm like that.
hmm
I'm like that as well. Yeah.
Right.
Uh, okay. Uh, Supervising Deputy WAC 100, a hater of mine. He want to ask,
Who?
are you writing a TV show currently with Jamie Foxx?
Who said
Still,
that? Who asked
he,
that?
he, he just a guy that's he like to troll me.
Oh, what
He just
happened?
want to know, are you writing a TV show with Jamie Foxx currently
Yeah, we
or
got
still?
some. Yeah, we got some stuff that we got in the works right now. Yep.
Okay, okay. Let's see. I saw a good one that I had missed. I stumped over. Uh, okay. John, you see any that you like to ask? I know you've been putting them up for me to see.
Yeah, there's one on the screen. Somebody asked, how is it with hoops and ghetto stories?
Oh, hoops.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good time with hoops when we did Ghetto Stories, the movie we did with little with Boosie. I thought she's very talented. I would have loved to see her do some more stuff because I thought she was dope. I thought she was talented. She's natural.
Is who one of the girls from Flavor Flay, or is that the one that was
Yeah,
messing with Shaq? Okay.
she was messing with Shaq. I think her and Shaq had a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationship at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Say was Tyrin likes to be a part. Don't be a menace.
Nope.
He wasn't that okay. How is Johnny Mac from Foxhole?
How is he?
Yeah, do you know him? Or
Yeah, I know Johnny Mac. He's
okay.
one of my friends. Good guy. Great writer. Had a movie come out. I think last year, and he's just been writing and doing some more stuff. Just writing, staying out the way.
I watched the show that you did that kind of went under the radar. I think he was a.
Fatal.
Was that Fatal? Was that the one where you was the killer or the hitman for your brother or something like that?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
you end up killing somebody for your brother or something?
yeah. It was with Hillary Swank.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay. So that was Fatal. Okay. All right.
yeah. It was. Yeah, it was. Shit. That was one of that paid a lot.
Yeah, it seemed like it did have a little budget. Yeah.
Yeah, it paid a lot. So,
Yeah. Okay, Twisted Pistol and Tyron. I know you gave me longer than I asked for. So whenever you got to go, just let us know. But I won't keep asking you because they asking questions. So I
okay.
said, but just let me know. Uh, can somebody want to ask? I lost it, but they asked you who is your favorite white actor that you worked with?
My favorite white actor I work with, Ryan Philippe. I like Ryan Philippe. He was my favorite. He played in what's that movie? Cruel Intentions. Was married to
Okay,
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, we did a film together called Little Boy Blue.
gotcha.
hmm
Okay, so our studies say turn. How much studying does it take, or do you have to do before getting a role? Do you do any studies, or you pretty much your resume out there where you don't have to do too many readings now?
Yeah, it's like I get a lot of offers. You know what I mean? But
Just based
if I
on
have to,
relationships,
yeah,
yeah,
it becomes like more relationship stuff now.
yeah, yeah. Or they
Ah,
feel you. Do you think that role of Kane maybe hurt you or stopped you from getting more roles, or do you think it
um,
helped you?
I don't understand
Because
what
I
do you
see
mean?
Lorenz was able to break away from the gangster to the You know, to get movies like Johnny, like Jimmy.
I just feel like you have to watch a lot of my stuff and you'll see that I didn't play a lot of gangster roles. I think people just
That's true.
I think people are I think people are just asphyxiated with
Well,
menace to
Kane was so
society.
big. Yeah, Kane was
Yeah,
so
that's
big.
all. It
Yeah.
was just bigger than life. That's all. But I played a doctor on Chicago Hope. I played a police officer on Little
You
Boy.
played New
Like
York Undercover too. I remember you.
yeah,
Did you play in New York? Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And I played I did an HBO movie called Soldier Boy where I was a soldier. Like it's just a lot of different things. Menace is just
Okay.
huge, so that's what's gonna always be highlighted.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And as far as stereotype, I don't believe in stereotypes. I believe if I have to play a gangster a billion times, I'm gonna do it a different billion ways. It's not you can't. That's like trying to that's trying to ask Tupac should he go do pumps and bumps like MC Hammer. No, he do street gangster ass music, and he still is considered the best rapper of all time. Doesn't matter what genre. You know what I mean? Nobody
Yeah.
didn't say, well, can you do um too legit to quit? Tupac, you ain't good. No, he just did what as long as you do
Yeah.
what you do at the best, at its highest, then that's all that matters. All the stereotypical stuff like that, I don't let that get into my head.
Gotcha. The movement. My guy, I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to someone who wants to get in the acting profession?
Don't do it.
Why it's too up and down for you?
No, it ain't the game. You're not. It's it's hard to make. You're not gonna make it as an actor. It's just hard. Not gonna do it. Not happening.
Well, people have made it, so you can't say that. But you just saying it's challenging, right?
Like
Or
winning the lot.
are
It's
you
like winning the
speaking on the
lottery.
bullshit that go? Do you believe? Let me ask you this: have you have or experience anybody ever try to come at you with like the Harvey Weinstein bullshit or stuff like that? Is that why you maybe telling people not to get into the industry? Do you believe in the Illuminati and all of that stuff? I personally don't, but I know people do. Is that why you said maybe to stay away from that industry?
I don't believe in the Illuminati. I'm saying stay away from the industry because they already know who they want. You're not gonna.
Okay.
Getting a job in Hollywood is like trying to win the lottery. If you're not don't know nobody and you're not in it, you're not gonna. They're looking at now. They're doing self tapes, so you're gonna put
Uh-huh.
your tape in there with 3,000 other people. Good luck. Not happening.
Got you. Got you.
It's
So
just
you
not.
just
It
saying
ain't.
it's hard. It's hard to break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super hard. You're not. It's not gonna happen. I'm telling you. I wouldn't advise nobody to get into it.
Megan Good was a woman, the female that I would have wanted to play a part with if I had a chance to be an actor in from the '90s. I seen her in Vegas, and I know she smoked cigarettes, so she fell off my list there. Other than Jada, because I know you know Jada was the shit back in the '90s. Uh,
Hmm.
what woman would you have like to play the role with that you didn't get a chance to? I know Janet was hot back in the '90s, but Will Smith, man, I've been watching The Fresh Prince over and over, and I can tell you every female it seems like that was hot in the '90s played one a role or something on Fresh
Right.
Prince.
Right.
Which female would you have liked to pick if you had, to play a love interest that you would like to have played or played with?
Um. mm, I'm not mad at Gabrielle Union and Neil Long. I'm not mad at none of those
Gabrielle,
people.
okay.
Hell,
I used to
yeah,
like Gabrielle, but
yeah.
that was Chestnut Woman. That was you had to see a movie
Sally
with Morris.
Richardson.
Yeah, she was always with Morris.
Sally Richardson was cool.
Yeah, Sally got out there. You could have just went to the club and you could have got with Sally.
That's crazy.
I don't mean to be messing up your,
She's doing great,
but
man.
she was fine. You remember when she came on that when she rode on that horse with our boy Van Peoples? You
Yeah,
remember she
she's
rode?
doing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, when
she's
she
doing really
rode
great.
on that horse.
Yeah, she's producing and directing and writing a lot of. She's doing
Is
really
she?
well.
Okay,
Yeah, man,
okay.
yeah, she's huge right now. What?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. People just y'all don't y'all people not really paying attention. She's huge.
Yeah, Posse when she was in Posse. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I didn't know that about Sally.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Tyron, is it true that you almost got into a fight with Puffy at a party? Oh boy,
Yep,
Trey Gray wanted me to ask you that.
yep. That's true. But I don't want to. people gonna keep saying, "Oh, he think he tough." I'll leave it alone. But
Yeah.
yeah, that
What was
happened.
that
That's
behind? Can we ask now? We don't talked about it. What
well,
was it behind?
well he almost fell or slipped in something. I don't know if he was high or not. He almost tripped,
Oh,
and
okay.
he grabbed my brother by the like tried to son my brother, you know.
Okay.
And he was like, you know how Suge had a cigar and put his arm around your neck. You know how he did
Yeah.
all that,
Yeah. He grabbed it.
all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so Puffy had did that to my brother, and I seen it, and I
He didn't
moved my
like
brother.
that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't like. I moved my brother out the way and was just like, and I just told, Puff like, you know,
What coast was this on?
oh, it was at a Jamie party, one of Jamie house, at Jamie house
Oh, that it was on the West Coast. Okay.
on the West Coast. I just
Yeah.
said, hey, you in LA, nigga, and like I'll die for my brother, and all your crew that's here, everybody can get it right now, and and he
Well, I hope
ended up.
Jay Deal wasn't there. Our boy Jay Deal. We had to test you out with those big boys with Big G. Nah. Shout out Jay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who was there, but I was like, nigga, it was, shit, I'm gonna do me. So, Puffy ended up squashing it like Playboy, like, the old Rodney King, can we all get along phrase came up and all that shit, and
Oh,
it ended
okay.
up, yeah, and then
What
we
year
ended
was
up
this
squashing
about?
it.
What year was this about?
This was 2000 and could have been 2014, 15.
Oh, okay. Later on, when he was on top of the world. Okay.
Yeah, 2014, 15.
Got you.
French
Got you.
Montana,
Got you.
It was French Montana was there. French Montana was just coming out. It was the French Montana era.
Got you. Got you. Now,
Yeah.
Tyron, I know you didn't go into this story, and if you don't want to ask it, you say, Reggie, nigga, go. Let's go into another question.
What's up?
But could you explain, just to clarify, the
Hmm.
naked basketball playing with girls? Tell that story. This for the people, because that's when anybody want to talk about you. That's what they try to tap at you about. I don't think you cleared that up enough
Let
when
me.
you
There,
talked about.
there were 20 girls in the basketball yard.
Okay,
We wanted the girls
to
to get
get
naked
yeah.
because we knew they couldn't outshoot the guys.
Okay,
So it wasn't a naked basketball with 5-on-5 with dudes. It's 20
got you.
girls. It's 20 girls out there, and you're playing horse.
And that's why I asked you because
Whoever
I want you to clarify. Yeah, go ahead.
horse,
Yeah,
whoever misses a shot have to take something off. Whoever misses it when you're playing horse, when you play regular horse, whoever missed something, they get an H, they get an O, they get an RSE. Correct?
yes, yeah. You got to spell the
So
word. You got to take it off
yes,
until you get the yeah.
but when you're playing with women, you want them to take what their stuff off, right?
Everything. Yeah, you
Yes,
want to get them naked. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So every time you miss the shot that you can't make, you got to take some off, whether it's a shoe, a sock, or whatever. So just somebody in the backyard playing naked basketball is incorrect. That's not what it was.
And that's why I want you to clear it up. That's why I'm here. I'm your friend
Now let
now,
me
so I'll
ask you:
try to help you clear.
Do you think I just did I explain it right, or is still like confusion?
No, no, it's enough when you tell me it was females. It wasn't just 5-on-5, men on men. Once you
Right.
say females involved, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me.
You know how niggas is with girls. Let's do this. You know how it go.
Uh,
Go ahead.
yeah. So that's good. That was good enough. Did we lose it?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Uh, John, I've just been ad libbing. So okay.
I'm looking. Yeah, hold on.
Would you?
Let's see.
You already watched it.
All right, some of these are ones that we already asked, so I'm just trying to
Yeah.
skim through real quick.
Okay. Ask her. Was Kane and Old Dog supposed to be a bunch of? Well, yes, but Crips. Yeah, they were. I don't think they
we
touched on it, but they were supposed to be Crips.
yeah, we wasn't touching on none of that though. We just
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
know
but
what it
that
was.
wasn't. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Was Tupac persona too big to be an actor? I guess that'd be more opinion. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Now a lot of people saying, yeah, you clarified that good on time.
Okay.
Yeah, they say
Thank you guys for. I had to clarify that shit because people don't,
yeah.
you know.
Uh, okay. Okay, I'm just scrolling through them right now. I'm Salato. Oh, okay. Here's one. Tyron, did you see Bobby Brown smoke? Oh no, I ain't gonna ask you that.
Uh,
Uh,
we could ask him this because everybody has an opinion about it. Do you have any opinions about the Diddy case so far from what you've seen?
he think he innocent. Like
I don't really look. If he did it, he need to go to jail. If he didn't do it, he shouldn't go to jail.
yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know
Well, so I
anything.
guess the question would be: have you been following enough to make an opinion yet? Have you been following the case long enough,
Yeah,
to make an
I
opinion?
have been. I have been following it,
Okay.
and
So you don't think you're not ready to make an opinion yet?
I'm not ready to make no opinion yet like that. I just
Okay.
feel like
Gotcha.
right now it's a crazy ass story, and it has a bunch of different elements that I'm just waiting to see what the how this ends. It's just it's a lot of
Yeah,
different dynamics to it though.
exactly. So the supervisor want to ask you, what was Tyron dream role in the '90s? Did you
What's
have a
my
dream
what?
role?
Do
Do
I
you
have a
have a
dream
dream
role?
role that you in the '90s? Yeah. No, I
Um,
think he is one of the top five for a urban actor. If he
yeah,
wasn't
I mean,
Denzel,
my dream role was I already had the dream role. My dream role
yeah,
was Kane and Minister of Society. I think that was just a dream role, like to get a
yeah,
classic movie. Like you can't get. I don't care if you do 100 movies to get a
yeah.
classic. It's hard to get. And
You can
I and
still
I
watch. I hit it right now on TV. I'll stop and watch it. If I see it
right.
on. Yeah. Tyron.
Yeah.
So Twister Pistol want to ask you, Pa- Pacino or De Niro?
Ooh, shit. Shit. I feel like I'm on Drink Champs, nigga. I'm gonna take a Pepsi on that one.
Okay, okay, okay. And then I got another one. Did you check out the Tyler Perry new show, A Straw yet?
Straws. No, I
Yeah.
didn't see it yet. I've been
Take a
hearing a lot
look
of good
at
things
it.
about it.
And the next time we talk, let me know if you think they did a good job. I think Tahaji did a great job. I it seemed like they did and what made me bring it up was the Nero when you remember in Heat when they played different roles. I
Yeah.
really think I really think they should have their roles reversed. But you tell me what you think of that.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, and they want to know what's your favorite movie or your
Oh my.
favorite any movie. Yeah,
uh, My favorite. What's my favorite movie or just Marvel?
Marvel, Marvel.
I don't really like Marvel movies like that.
Oh, I thought you said Marvel. Yeah.
No, I don't like Marvel movies like that. They
Well, I
all
thought
the same.
what you said. What was your favorite movie? They said.
My
Now,
favorite.
Reggie,
Oh,
what's
because
your
I
favorite
said
mob
mob. I
movie?
messed up. That's why you didn't understand me. They
What's
asked favorite mob movie, but then I just said movie. Yeah,
favorite mob movie? Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Okay, over the Godfathers. Godfather
Yeah,
2. Okay.
I fuck with Goodfellas. I fuck with that Goodfellas.
Yeah, you like the short guy, Joe.
Joe
Joe.
Pesci. But I
Yeah.
like Joe. I like De Niro.
Okay.
And what's my shit. He just passed away. What's
Oh,
the
oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, Paco Jones
Ray
want to ask
Liotta.
you,
Ray Liotta.
were you cool with any
Ray
of Death Row
Liotta?
artists?
What you say?
Were you cool with any Death Row artists? Uh oh. He about to open up a can of Rose now. He about to name them all. He was cool with them.
I was cool with I'm cool with Snoop.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm cool with I was cool with Michelle.
yeah.
I was cool with Daz, Corrupt, they're all the homies. I fuck
Yeah.
with all.
Cool with
Danny
Kenya.
Boy,
He was cool with
huh?
Kenya.
Cool with
Kenya Ware,
Kenya.
shout out Kenya, our homegirl
Shout out
Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah,
Danny Boy, like everybody like I was cool with everybody. Like it was cool.
that's true. Yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. My partner John not helping me today reading questions.
Oh, you're reading the same ones I am. They're the same things over and over. Let's see. I mean, it's questions we've already asked.
Okay, never mind.
See.
Okay, let me ask you this, Tyrin. Top five rappers, East Coast, West Coast, combined.
Okay. Number one, Tupac for sure. Number one.
Yeah.
Shit. Number two. This is crazy as fuck. Fuck. Number two, I'm about to go Scarface.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You got rapper. We got to talk about your rapper line history. Yeah.
Scarface. Number three, Jay Z.
Okay. Over DMX.
I'm going Jay Z.
Okay. Over DMX and Nas. Okay. Okay.
Number four, I'm gonna go.
That's why you ain't never been in no Friday movie.
I, I want to say the Cube. Did Cube do it long enough? Though? Yeah, yeah. I get.
Yeah. I mean,
I did.
but to
I
your
didn't even look
point,
at. I
yeah,
forgot Cube was a rapper because he was doing so
he did
great
so many movies. Yeah.
yeah, he was. He became more like a filmmaker, so I forgot it. I can't be. I'm gonna put uh, shit. I'm gonna put Cube number four. Number four, and then I'm gonna put Snoop and Nas number five.
Snoop and Nas number five. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
I thought Biggie was cool. Jay Z just clever. I don't know.
Well,
Jay Z just hard.
he has yeah, he know how to play with the word games. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought.
Yeah.
Did you think Jay Z
Yeah.
was hard? Jay Z was hard, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. He played with the word games. He was the way he put words together. Me myself, I like DMX over Jay Z. But it's all about taste and what you like to ride to or listen to. I've never
I'm
been. A
sorry.
lot of people like Nas. I've never been a big Nas fan. I don't know why.
You only gave me five. Nigga, that's hard to
Oh
squeeze
yeah.
out
Oh yeah.
five.
Oh yeah. Well, since you like basketball, I'll hit you up again with this. What's your top five basketball players?
Number one, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Oh shit. Number two. Oh God. Number two, it gotta be. I'm gonna go with fuck Magic. Number three. Shit, nobody can stop Kareem. This guy who was
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Kareem. Number top five, right?
Top five.
That, number four, Shaq. Shaq.
Shaq over LeBron and Kobe. Oh my God. Keep going.
I didn't put.
You ain't say
Hold on,
LeBron or Kobe.
wait a minute. Shaq was unstoppable.
All right.
He wasn't dominant. No, hold on, wait a minute. He
He
wasn't
was
dominant.
dominant, but he didn't. I guess I like closers. And Shaq. Kobe had to close it for Shaq.
But okay, let me. Can we talk about Cole for a second though?
Okay, go ahead.
when Cole first came in the league, he wasn't starting like that. He was just he
Yeah,
had Van
but shit, he
Exel and
played longer than all of them.
huh?
He played longer than everybody but
I
LeBron.
know, but he started off. He came out in high school. He was playing Van Exel and everybody. Eddie Jones
He
was
was
his mentor.
17, 18 years old. They were still in college.
I know
They had 2 or 3
I
years.
know,
All the
but
players you named did 3 years in college or 2 years.
LeBron came out of high school too. Kevin Garnett did too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't call Kevin Garnett, but I mean LeBron and I actually your five. So yeah,
Right.
I can't tell you your
So
five. Yeah.
and so number 5. See, my number 5. I got. This is all time. This is just fucked up. I wish it's hard because it's an all 5. Because I do like
Yeah.
Kobe, but well, I'm gonna put Kobe on the list. But if I'm gonna use Kobe, I'm gonna say something y'all don't like, and it's fucked up. But I'm putting Kobe and D Wade at 5.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I know you're gonna be like, why D Wade?
Yeah. No, D Wade's not there.
D Wade was incredible though.
D Wade is maybe 15. He's not top 10.
They got D Wade the third best shooting guard of all time.
Yeah, but you got other centers and forwards. You gotta go get Tim Duncan.
I
You gotta
understand
go
that,
get
but D Wade won the championship before LeBron James. LeBron went to go play with him. LeBron choked if you look at the numbers in the series that LeBron lost against Dallas, Wade numbers was incredible, and LeBron James was the reason why they lost that series.
D Wade was good. D Wade is not a top 10
What
basketball
what
player.
what did D Wade average in the Dallas series when he won his first championship? Do you know?
D Wade is not a top 10 basketball player. You're the first person that probably ever put D Wade in the top 10.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Shit, there's 100 people in the Hall of Fame.
He's the
If
top.
not more.
He got the most block shots as a guard in the history, shooting guard in the history of the NBA, blocking shots at
Wait a
six
minute, you
four.
got to remember, I like D Wade. I guess I'll be hating on D Wade because he got Gabrielle. Maybe that's all I'm hating on.
That nigga, but let me ask you this: did you ever watch D Wade all the time? Did you actually
Yeah,
watch that
not
nigga
all the
play?
time. Not like I watched Kobe, but I don't even think D Wade
Did you
would
watch?
put.
Did you watch D Wade and Kobe play against each other?
You need to go watch that series. The series on. Yes, I was sitting in the audience when when Kobe hit a shot down there from half court and beat D Wade.
I
But
remember that shot too. That's what I'm saying.
you remember that
They was
shot?
going at it.
Yeah, yeah.
They was going at it. Watch
And like I
this.
said, it's your list, big dog. I mean, but
Watch
D
this.
Wade.
Do you remember? Did you remember D Wade coming off the bench in the Olympics, leading the whole team in scoring?
Yeah, I remember. I remember
Without him, they huh?
wearing number 9. I tell you what number he had on. He
Okay,
had number
thank you.
9
Okay,
on.
so okay.
I tell you,
What-
I really talk about basketball than all this stuff. I know my basketball, but
so
yeah.
so 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 Reg, was he killing in that series?
D Wade is a great player. I just said he's not top 15.
Him and Kobe are the same player. It's him, Kobe,
Bull-
and MJ got the same game.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You remember that little white boy say bullshit?
MJ, Kobe, and D Wade.
Kobe Bryant is
Hold on. Watch this.
arguably on everybody's at least top 4 list.
Hold on. Watch it. Where John at?
John, he don't listen to no basketball. He can give a fuck about.
Can he pull something up for us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he could do that.
John.
John, did he leave?
No, I'm here.
Okay,
John,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Pull up. Can you pull up Scottie Pippen talking about Scottie
Oh, fuck
Pippen?
Scott. Scotty's a hater. Scotty's a hater.
No, but that's
Pull up AI. Pull up what
wait,
AI got to
hold
say
on,
about him.
hold on.
Put up what Gilbert Arenas got to say about him.
About who?
About Kobe Bryant.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, what you gonna say?
Put up because Scottie Pippen said something real. Put up Scottie Pippen talking about D Wade, John. What do you
Okay.
what do you think of D Wade's game?
Okay.
And let us hear it. Let us hear it. Let everybody hear it.
Well, because he's a Robin.
No,
Robins always stick up for Robins.
No. Come on, man. He didn't, that's not what he was saying. He didn't say nothing about LeBron.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Hold on. Hopefully this is the right clip.
For most of his career, since my career was over, you and Kobe Bryant were my favorite 2 players to watch. You guys have inspired me to watch basketball night in and night out. The way you played, the way you approached the game, it gave me so much energy to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like number 2 and number 3 two guard that I've ever seen. This dude was a hell of a player. I had
Okay, but we're not
Keep
talking
going.
about two guards.
Hold on. You
We're
missed. Hold
talking
on. You
about
missed. He was. Hold on. He
total.
was just finna say something, John. You
Okay,
stopped
go ahead,
him
let me
John.
go
mid.
back.
Let it keep going. Let it
Hold
keep
on,
going.
let me go back. Hold on.
All right.
Give me a second to pull it back up. Okay.
Wu-Tang, my favorite restaurant is your mama, your mama, your mama, your mama, and then your mama. All right. Go ahead. Whenever you get.
Let me see. I think I did the wrong screen. Hold on. Present.
The AI gets no respect. AI,
Here we
no. AI is top 12, 15. Yeah.
ahead of Kobe for most.
Hold on, let me refresh it. It mutes every
This
time.
guy ahead of Kobe for most of his career since my career was over. You and Kobe Bryant were my favorite two players.
Look at that.
You guys have inspired me
Okay.
to watch basketball night in.
Okay, let me
That's
refresh
all,
it.
he didn't
When I
put him
refresh it,
ahead
it
of Kobe.
mutes automatically.
Hold on. He finna say something. John,
This
Okay.
guy
You gotta let it
ahead
play
of
out.
Kobe for most of his career since my career was over. You and Kobe Bryant were my favorite two players.
Look at that.
You guys have inspired me to watch basketball night in and night out. The way you played, the way you approached the game, it gave me so much energy to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like number 2 and number 3 two guard that I've ever seen. This dude was a hell of a player. I had this guy ahead of Kobe for most of his career since my career was over. You
He said he had. So he said he.
Yeah,
This
you know, everybody talk cool about
Hold on.
if Ice-T was on here, would be right now, and I'll be telling New Jack City was
Listen,
my
I
favorite
know, but
movie.
listen. Hold on. Listen. He said for most of his career, he had D Wade over Kobe until
For
later
most of it,
on.
not all of it. That means I
That
changed.
I
That
know.
means I
I'm not
changed my
saying
mind.
it did change, but what I'm
Okay.
saying for him to say that, that's go to show you like.
Tyrin,
But
you acting like I said Wade was a bomb. I just
no,
said
you
he
didn't.
wasn't. I just
But
said
you
he
can.
wasn't top 15. I said people
I
like,
understand that, but if Scottie
yeah,
Pippen saying he had him over Kobe for most of his career, then that
but
means something.
that means he got overtaken at one time, right? That means
Yes, but
eventually he got
yeah, after
overtaken.
after after D Wade got hurt a little bit, maybe.
Okay. Well, that could be a good point.
That's all
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Let me just tell you guards I'll put over him.
Who?
Uh, I'll put Steph Curry over him. I'll put
Steph Curry can't play defense. D
I
Wade
will
changed
put
the game.
him over.
So you know basketball, right, Reggie?
Yeah.
Have D Wade ever won a game on defense?
I seen him block somebody's shot. I mean, but
Can he
okay.
change the game on
You act
defense?
like I'm calling D-Way a bum. I'm not calling
No,
him a
but you can't.
bum.
You talk about Steph Curry cannot change the game on defense. He's a great offensive player. He doesn't change the game on defense. You don't have to sub D Wade out of the game if on defense.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But Curry overcompensate, I think.
You know what I'm saying? If there's a big guard, and they can and the game is on the line, you'd have to sub Steph Curry and put somebody like Iguodala on the guard. You didn't have to do that
Yeah,
with D Wade.
that's true. Steve Nash too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a good point on that. But let's do a poll right quick, y'all. Y'all tell us, Curry or D-Wade? Let's right quick. We're gonna do the first 10 people to respond.
Real basketball players that really watch D Wade play and really watch Kobe play, really watch people play, and just be honest within what you saw.
Okay. I said D-Wade. So the supervisor, well, let's see. We got one Curry, two Currys, one D-Wade. One D-Wade. No contest, Curry. Wade. Oh, the East Coast. Boosie said Curry. D-Wade. I guess we're about 50-50. All right. Okay. All right.
Who they got over? You got LeBron over D. You got LeBron over.
LeBron is number 2. LeBron is number 2.
Over
Kareem.
who? You got a
Over
problem with Kobe?
everybody. I mean, Michael Jordan. We're not even gonna talk about Michael Jordan.
So
Michael
you got
Jordan is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron is 2. Kobe is 3. Kareem is 4. I personally like Magic Johnson, but I don't know. 5. I can go with lot with number 5. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I hope y'all see what we just try to do over here on Bomb First with the Q&As. So with interviews, y'all can get to know people. Y'all just, with Q&As, we like to do these over here because this seems like how y'all get to know people and see how they interact and to see them talk and everything. Y'all got any last questions for my boy Tyrin? Because I done took him up for about an hour, and he was so gracious and he didn't run for nothing. He asked all the questions, and so he was a great guest for us. And I really appreciate you, Tyron, man, for coming over here.
Good, man.
Man, I really appreciate it. Anytime we need to talk or call or anything,
Right.
you got a new friend.
I appreciate you, Reg. Just all I ask you to do, Reg, is you know I don't be have my back. No, I don't be making up my story. They got back my shit up. Yeah,
Anytime you need to get something off your chest, because you and Art got a good thing going, and I ain't trying to come in between that. But you ever need to get something off your chest, and Art, because Art be having his people booked up, you can just reach out to me and John, and we'll make it happen.
Got it.
Yep, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming over here, brother.
All right.
Thanks, John. All right.
Yep. All right.
All right. So that was Tyron. Shout out to Tyron coming over here, asking questions and everything. And he was a great guest. I didn't want to make it too long because I didn't want to wear him out. But yeah, we ain't gonna make this too long this time. We're gonna really end this at 2 hours, so y'all can go and view it and watch it. When we make them too long, y'all don't want to view it. But I think the interview with Tyron will be good until me and John get back going on our doing our shows next week. If y'all got a good subject that y'all want to interview me on with Tyron, well, maybe we'll do something on camera with him, and I can ask one question from him. I'll get him for at least for another 5 or 10 minutes segment. If there's something big I think I really need to ask, we'll do it. Appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all coming over. It's been 3 live streams this week, and y'all been there supporting us. Was it? Felt like 3 if it wasn't.
It might have been. Yeah. Sounds about right.
And so y'all can come over and check us out. We really, really appreciate it. So like I said, we're gonna get off. We started at I guess I can give y'all about another 5 or 10 minutes of answering any questions. There's a couple of things I had said, John. Damn, I forgot to send out. There's a clown running a story right now, trying to put it out like Gonzo was going at me. If y'all don't remember, when Gonzo went off on me and did all of that sitting on his toilet, and after I reached out to him,
he came on.
He came on and bowed down like a mug. It's like, oh, Reg. And so, don't just let these clowns that don't be knowing everything just put one side up of stories, and then y'all start believing that's what happened. Because I understand a lot of y'all be new to this and, forgot about it. And those clowns just put out the agenda that they trying to push at the time. But trust me, when Gonzo died and when probably about a year before that, me and Gonzo was good. Me and Gonzo we did some things with the Rail at the 313 show. He came over here, did some stuff with us. And so me and Gonzo's relationship was great. Y'all check it out. I think Keefy D has a date on July the 2nd, so y'all go check it out. Y'all go check out what happens on July the 2nd. They're gonna have a big hearing. And so it'll be interesting to what happened on that. Y'all just check it out. See what happened. I'm gonna kind of lay off. Y'all not gonna hear me talking too much about Keefe and Shug. I'm gonna try to lay them off. Somebody asked me just to lay off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm going to do that for a minute, and I'll lay off on talking about them. So y'all won't be hearing too much about that. And let's see what else. Did Death Row ever want to sign black market records? When Suge, when he wanted to buy that name, he was in like 2004, 2005, he wanted to have a name change or something like that. And he wanted to have and that was the record label he was trying to buy the name of it from up north. There was somebody up north that had it, or Sacramento or something like that had the name he was trying to buy. He first said, "What was the last combo with Pop?" It was pretty much where Suge and him at. When him and Frank called him, and then he jumped on the phone. I was like, "Where's Suge at, man? Why we always got to go to the fight late? I'm tired of always going there late. Let Suge and them know I'll meet them over there. I'll see them at the fight." And that's why I always tell y'all how him and Frank left the hotel and took a taxi cab over there to the fight. They rode in on a taxi cab. So that was my last conversation with Tupac Shakur. There was somebody named Cedric Singleton. Okay, was he up north, Rick James? Was he up near Sacramento or Oakland or somewhere like that? As I remember, he was somebody up north he was trying to negotiation to try to buy that name from. Are you still cool with Bobby Ladd? Yes. Talk to him on a group text probably 2 or 3 times a day. Wonder what he been up to since Blondie's death. He just go watch his lake. He's helping his wife. His wife had a little medical issue that she's been dealing with, and God bless her, and she's still here. So he's taking care of his wife. But Bobby's a big Angel fan, and he just watches baseball, drink his beer, and just living life, man. Yeah, I don't know. The police retirements, that's one thing that boy, y'all just don't know. After you get to age 50, I guess it's a little older now, but man, you get 75, 80%, well, 90% if you do over 30 years, if you start young, 90% of your salary for the rest of your life. Man, they just living life, loving life.
Yeah.
And so that's what Bobby just chilling. Good dude. A good man. A good man. Yeah. That was his way of control, big boy. He'll just grab you by your neck and kind of like, kind of how he did on the stage with Tupac when he was talking to Tupac or Das or one of them at the House of Blues. I remember him putting his arm around somebody's neck. Like a little grip, like a little hug, but that's all. It wasn't like he was trying to choke you out or nothing. It would be cool if y'all had guests on y'all regular shows more via calls, live and vibes. Well, that's how we used to do stuff back in the day. We used to do this daily. Mm-hmm. It wasn't nobody you could think of that was surrounded around Death Row that we have never did this before. Other than the big boys like Snoop or Corrupt or Daz. Those are the only 3. But pretty much we did a segment with all the Machiavelli producers that was on the album. We did a segment with them. We did a lot of live streams with a lot of different people. And we used to take phone calls. But now the way we do it now, it's kind of hard to do. Well, we could take, calls from the audience. But yeah, we used to do stuff like that. But yeah, this is how we used to do it back then. This is how Bomb first in the middle. I ain't gonna say got started because John and his partners was doing some stuff at the beginning. But
but we really got it going,
Okay. Yeah.
When it went live, that's when it started.
Yeah.
Really building.
Yeah. Who breath stinks the most? I mean, why do you care? Would you plan on testing somebody? But I know why you said that because he always say that. But if you ask him, you gonna hear him say the name Shit Breath one day. And any of y'all been around, who did he call shit, bro? Do y'all remember who Bruff called shit, bro?
Who, bro?
I think it was Miss Chalet because she used to smoke cigars a lot. But I didn't like the smell of cigars on women, bro. But David Thomas, the producer's assassin, is who we call shit, bro. I'll say Bobby Ladd's in the chat. Okay. Shout out Bobby Ladd if he's in here. Tell y'all, that's one of him and Tim Brennan had to be two of the best street cops in LA County history. Had to be. I can't think of any cops that were better street cops as far as talking to people, jacking them, finding them, building a case on them, catching them with a gun. I don't know any street cop was better than those two. But yeah, the Suge really okay. Yeah, I answered that question. Yeah. Were any legitimate East Coast artists ever signed to Death Row? K Solo. Well, you said legitimate. But I think K Solo could have been cool. Him and Redman were real tight. Shout out K Solo.
Corrupt.
Okay, who?
Corrupt.
Would you call him an East Coast rapper? Yes, he was from Philly, huh?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would call him, okay. So John say Corrupt. 60 Crips gonna get him. They're gonna catch him at Marathon Burger. John going to Marathon Burger this Saturday.
Yeah.
So y'all, when y'all see John at Marathon Burger, y'all slap him for saying Corrupt is from Philly. But yeah, that's a good call. Lady of Rage, where was she from, y'all?
Virginia.
Y'all tell me where Lady of Rage was from. I guess that's the East Coast. Sam Snead from Pittsburgh. So yeah. Sam Snead from Pittsburgh. Yeah, I remember the kid, Lakey the Kid. I don't think he was ever signed. But Petey Pablo, he was really kind of managing Petey. If we're gonna say Petey, we might as well say Mary J. Blige and Bow Wow and Little Malik.
Yeah.
I guess they were really south. What is Columbus, Ohio? Is that Midwest?
Yeah. It's probably considered that, even though it's more. Yeah. That's
Danny Boy was Chicago, so that's Midwest. So yeah, there were some people. Okay. But Lady of Rage would have been, if I asked y'all a trivia question, that would have been my answer. Because she's from Virginia.
Yeah.
And then some of y'all will say Tupac Shakur, right?
Yeah.
MC New York, right? Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, Reggie, how was Pac verse cleared for Bones Thugs? Was it you guys or the state that did that? It was their song, their music. Were you guys at odds? Huh?
For the Thug Love song?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was some stuff from the state. Y'all gotta remember a lot of the music they gave the mother control of Interscope, what they did in the settlement, all the stuff that the studio garbage is what we called it. That was from I Get Around, Tupac Lives a Noun, Thug Life, whatever he was working on prior to going to prison, Dear Mama. They gave all of that stuff to the mother. She had control over all of that.
Yeah, but he did it right before he died. Or not right before he died. He did it definitely during the death row time.
I don't think so.
Thug Love?
Well, you would know better than me, but
Yeah.
I
That's a good question.
if it was on death row, we wouldn't have not cleared it for Bone Thugs. And I know they wouldn't have went to us because when they did the stuff with Casey and JoJo, I mean, yeah, they made them come and clear with us.
When MCA did?
Yeah, when MCA did it.
Gotcha.
And so I don't know. If John said John knows this better than I do. That was something I missed. If it did, because I sure would have went and started the hell out of them.
Oh yeah, you missed that one then.
Yeah.
It was definitely Death Row.
Okay.
But
And what year did it come out?
it came out? I want to say that album came out 97 at the latest.
No, we was on top
Yeah.
of the game then.
Bone Thugs. What was that album called? I can't remember what the fuck that album was called. Hold on, I'll find it though. Hold on. Okay, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I can't think. I couldn't even say it was a trade-off for
Okay,
no
right.
Vaseline and all of that.
Okay, yeah, it was 97. It was 97.
And the lyrics was, what was the lyrics saying?
What, from Thug Love? Here's the song with the gunshots, where the beat was the gunshots. It was a big song. You don't remember it?
I remember. I'm just trying to say the lyrics. I'm trying to say if it was Death Row Time or
It was
Interscope Time.
1000% Death Row Time. Yeah.
Well, I know when it came out, but I'm saying when he rapped it.
It was Death Row Time. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That's one question I don't know. That'd be a great question for sure. I mean, even though he was in jail, but yeah, I don't know who would have cleared that. I know.
I want to say in the booklet they thank somebody for clearing it. I can't remember who it is.
What Norris had control up until June of '97, but I still knew what was going on, and I couldn't. Norris wouldn't have did that, and Suge. I just can't see Suge doing that.
Yeah.
Unless what's her name? Tamika called and asked her for a favor because he did like Tamika. You know. I don't know. That's a good question. That's something that I honestly can't say. I wish I was talking to Suge. I would try to get his memory on that.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something when y'all hear him back doing interviews, y'all can have Art or whoever to ask him about. Yeah.
Yes, The Art of War. That was the album. Yeah, Pac was in Death Row. Yeah, Art of War.
Yeah, I know he was on Death Row when it came out. I just don't know if the music was.
Well, he did the verse with Silky Fine and Busy Bone.
Cause just like that one with "Are You Still Down?"
He did that during Death Row.
He did that one. I know that was a trade off, but we had a trade off.
Right.
That's why Babyface did those songs on Danny Boy.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why he did the song for Danny Boy. What was the one? The one on Gridlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there was something else. Wasn't there two songs with John B? Nothing.
No, just one.
What would you do? What would you do? Are you still down? And then what would you do? What would you do?
What the hell is what would you do?
What would you do for nothing for love?
That was on Are You Still Down?
That was Are You Still Down? That was Are You Still Down?
Yeah, but that one John B. I don't know who sung on it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was probably the biggest hit off that album.
That was big. That one John B.
No.
What you won't do for love.
I'm singing that shit. I think.
You try everything. I always thought that was John B. for some reason. Okay.
All right, let's see.
Stupid's getting paid from Death Row still. I don't know. What have he done to be getting paid from Death Row? Biggest flop by far by females. It would have been Michelet and the Lady of Rage.
Yeah.
By far the two biggest flops. Shit, even the shit I did on what was that song? Two Gangsters for Radio was bigger than both of those put together. You know, Rage got about 137,000, 150,000. Rage did about 130. We just were so used to platinums at the time.
Was she out here when all that came out?
Huh?
Was she living out here when that album came out?
Yeah, she was still out here. She went and did the video shoot. You remember? With the Ron DMC and all of that.
Was it just that one video, or did you guys do another single?
No, just that one. The Ron DMC with the Ron DMC hook or something.
Yeah, with that.
I remember being at that video shoot. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, so they say Eric Williams from Blackstreet was on the song.
Oh, I do.
For love, Eric Williams. Okay, thanks, SM. I would have lost that bet. I sure would have said that was John B. What you won't do? I swear I thought that was John B. Okay. Now that definitely wasn't a Death Row
What?
music though. So I don't know. Y'all got me all fucked up now.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that
sure.
the Bone one, Reggie, to be fair, he did it with this one female rapper, Silky Fine, and then with just her and Busy Bone. And then
Okay.
what they did is they took the track and Busy Bone took it to him, and then they took the girl off and put all the members of Bone on it. You know,
I knew it was some politics. I knew
yeah.
they couldn't have just went where they was in the studio and did it with them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'd make a little more sense.
Yeah.
But I still don't know. That must have been something that doing negotiation. It was like, shut up, take this, leave us alone. But I know I didn't approve it, and I know I didn't take that to Shug. And 97 Shug wasn't really talking, because they had him on lockdown and Delano and all of that. So that was something that Norris and Michelet must have did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to see if there's any news about Snoop's Is It a Crime album as far as what it did first week, but I don't see anything yet.
Oh, Snoop album came out?
Well, that Is It a Crime?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I just want to see what the sales were, if it flopped like the Dog Pound and all that other stuff. But
there's no beat other than the Fuck Shug song, right?
Yeah.
What was the single? What did they do a video to?
I saw it on Instagram, but I didn't go up and actually watch it. Let me see. He does all these AI videos and shit now that I can't really keep up.
Oh, okay. I know he got something. He's gonna blow up what he did with Sexy Red.
Oh,
is the one that he did with Sexy Red, is that gonna be on Snoop album, y'all, or is that gonna be on Sexy Red album?
No, it's on Snoop's album.
It's on Snoop, so that's gonna be big. Sexy Red got a good following, so she gonna help him. And I know they shot the video last week, so
okay.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So we're about 2 minutes away from ending this one. Any last questions? Any last things? Let's see. Any last things I want to talk? So what we're gonna do the next time y'all hear us coming online? Well, we're gonna. Yeah, I can't see us doing that before we tape again. I was gonna say the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna respond. We're gonna break down some of those hood.
Oh yeah.
So if y'all see us doing something talking about advertising a live stream, we're gonna do some breakdowns. This, I'm not trying to correct. I mean, I am gonna correct him, but not trying to have no beef, with whatever he's doing and all of that. So that'd be what we're gonna do next. But once again, for those of y'all came on late, we had a long Q&A session with Tyrin Turner. And he gave us some good game, talked about some things on the movie and stuff like that. But it wasn't, it's not going to be nothing like what y'all getting over there from him with art. It's just going to be to get to try to humanize people so y'all get to, see their personality so y'all can decide whether y'all like a person or not. Other than this, from a little 10, 15 minute questions of answering of him being Muhammad Ali, making him look like Muhammad Ali. Who are you correcting? Scandalous TV? No, not Scandalous. Scandalous just, he just trying to do what he can. He just some YouTuber from the UK trying to make some money, So whatever. Mixing words and all of that stuff. But we may correct some of his stuff later on if he gets some views. He got a video. If he get any videos with some views, I'll maybe respond to his stuff. But yeah, okay, y'all. So man, I appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate y'all coming on. I'll try to do something with James. I'll try to do some interviews with different people. We'll be on camera. Last but not least, all you fathers that's out there, happy Father's Day from Reggie Wright and John.
Yeah.
Seriously, happy Father's Day. If you're a daddy or a father, try to be the best that you can. Learn the difference between a daddy and a father, because there is a difference. I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but just try to be the best daddy that you can. I think I'd rather be a daddy than a father. Because a daddy usually generally in your life. A father just contribute to your life. But happy Father's Day. If you got some issues with your dad, man, life is long. Life is too short, right? Life is too short. Try to,
Yeah.
try to work it out. Try to just say, hey, what's up? I tell you, us dads from the 70s and the 80s, we were fucked up and we didn't know no better. So try to give us 50, 60-year-old men a chance. And, because there's nothing like having family if you got them.
Mhm.
I know a lot of us, I never experienced it, but a lot of friends of mine have went without their dads in their life, maybe lost their father or whatever, but I'm sure somebody in your life that you look up to like a father. And if not, say a prayer to your dad if he's somewhere else. But just try to mend that relationship with your dad. Trust me, if you can make that happen, you'll be a happy person. You'll be a much happier person than without. But hey, this is some piece of advice from an old fat man. Go Raiders. We need a quarterback. They dropped the ball, man. They dropped the ball this year. Why did y'all go to Paris for Michelet video? She wanted to go there, and that was just a way for Suge. If y'all don't know anything about Suge built a lot of the company onto stuff that he liked or wanted to do. He built, he knew how to work the money and build the projects. That was something she wanted to do. And so he gave her what she wanted to do. And he didn't have to take her on a trip. He just built it to the video shoot. And when we was in Paris, it was first class. It was first class.
And that was 98?
No, that was when Suge was on the streets. So
Oh, so 96.
90, 95, 96, 96. Matter of fact, I can tell you the date. Because I remember we went straight from Paris to New York to sign that deal, that $20 million deal I always tell you about.
Damn.
We went straight to New York from there. So that was, what year was that? That would have been, what month? I mean, July?
Oh.
June or July of 96 is when that video was, that part. We did like 2 or 3 versions, but the part in Paris was done by Kevin Swain. So it was either
to release her next?
June or July. Huh?
So was he planning on releasing her in like early 97, that album? If they were shooting a video for it? Or did they
Yeah.
Okay.
They were working on it. It was the hung jury. But y'all gotta remember back then, you used to drop a video 3 months before the album actually was slated to come out.
Yeah.
You will see a video or single about 3 months before. But yeah, I tell you, Tupac Shakur, and then stuff like that, pushed a lot of things back.
Yeah.
But she had a good little buzz. You remember when that Mariah Carey song that she did on the Christmas album? Silver Bells, this is Christmas in December. Ring a ding ding.
I don't know about any buzz. I don't know.
Yeah.
I bought that album.
People.
That album for sale?
Christmas album?
Yeah.
About 300 or 400. I bet you it's platinum by now. A lot of people like that album around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Don't really listen to it. There was some good songs on there.
Yeah.
It was just we had dropped so much stuff that quarter.
Yeah.
We dropped 4 albums that quarter.
Yeah.
That was the first time Death Row had ever did that. They dropped Machiavelli, Dogfather, Greatest Hits, and the Christmas album. Yeah. All before December. And then right after that, like in February, something like that, of 97 or 98, 97, either February or March, Gridlock came out.
Kevin Lewis produced the shit out of this album. It looks like he's credited for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, because they all remakes. There ain't nothing new.
10, 11, 12 songs out of 16.
Yeah, it was nothing new on there. You just in the studio, put together right quick.
Yeah.
But everything was samples.
Yeah.
And then yeah, everything was just
Yeah.
Santa Claus. I bet you he didn't do Santa Claus.
It
Go
says he
straight
does.
to the
It says it was
ghetto.
produced by Snoop Dogg, co-produced
Okay.
by Kevin Lewis.
Oh, so he did some work on it. I thought Dad
Even the
always did
Buckball
that.
song, I Wish, it says Daz co-produced Kevin Lewis, and then let me see the Nate Dogg song. That was my favorite one. It was the Nate Dogg song on there. Be Thankful. Oh, Sean Barney Rubble did.
John Barney. Okay, Barney did that. Okay, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, really, I really want to end this because I don't want to make this live stream too long.
All right.
But shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in. Peace, ball first.